Why hello. Thank you for joining me again. This is episode 4 of FX Lauren rambling about her hyperfixations to strangers on the internet. You're all very welcome. Today's video was a really good and cute idea given to me by one of the members on my Discord, which you should join. I'll leave the link in a pinned comment. We basically just only talk about how much we all love Ghost and how broke half of us are because of them. Anyway, it's a really good way to find other people who like Ghost, and or have similar interests to you. I'm genuinely sorry if you're in the Discord and had to listen to me sending 827,291 messages because I found people that want to talk about my special interests. Like 4. I'm sorry. Anyway, we'll move on. So basically, today I will be going through the history of the Ghouls to show my love and appreciation. It's also a cute and short enough video idea, since I want to keep posting. I'm trying to make a part 2 to my last video, however, it's going to be longer than expected, so it's taking a hefty bit of my time. Without further ado, let us take a trip down memory lane. During the early Opus eponymous era, these were the costumes worn by the Ghouls. Honestly, one of the most intimidating looks. I believe these costumes were literally bought from a Buttericks in Sweden, which genuinely shocks me. Anyway, those costumes didn't last too long into the OE era, and were later changed to these. Fairly similar idea, just swapped to white. Less intimidating to be fair. Going into the Infestissumum era, the costume design was swapped back to the original. They are almost identical, so not much to talk about. Moving on to the Melira era, the designs were changed completely. Now each ghoul had their elemental symbol embroidered on their costume and the masks were switched to silver devil masks. This era will never not be hilarious to me. After the release of Rats, the costumes were switched to these fucking iconic looks. This was also the era where most of the ghouls were replaced following a lawsuit against Tobias, which I'll explain later. These are the ghouls we still currently adore and worship. The masks were made shinier and skinny jeans now came into play. And lastly, here is our current Emperor era costumes. This was the second drastic change for the ghouls, and honestly, I really like these costumes. They are mostly based around the Victorian era, with the steampunk helmets, parade jackets, shirts and boots. We still stand the skinny jeans though. The new masks from prequel to Emperor era had holes in the mouth area to facilitate the backup vocals, hence why you will see some ghouls such as Raynor Dewdrop with their mouths covered. Anonymity was top priority for the whole band. It really created them an aesthetic, and made you look past the artist's personality, and appreciate the artwork itself. This was until 2017. Following a lawsuit, pretty much everyone in the band at the time's names were revealed. So what happened between Tobias and the older ghouls? Basically, they sued him, claiming that Tobias was trying to take the band and change it to a solo project with hired musicians. Tobias went on to say that there was actually no legal partnership between himself and the ghouls, and that the ghouls who played live weren't even always the ones who played on records. The ghouls were paid their salary to play on stage and that was it. This is Omega. He was a huge fan favorite and played rhythm guitar from 2010 to 2016. He still plays in rock band Magna Carta Cartel if you're interested in looking at his music. I can't find too much on other ghouls, but here is a list of the past ghouls who no longer play with the band if you are interested in having a look at any other music they've done. Recent years, the ghouls have completely lost their intimidating image, and have literally become the most wholesome, horny and gay band members I've ever seen. I fucking love them, man. My mouth has no seal when it comes to defending my precious ghouls. Let's have a look at the ghouls in a little more detail than my Ghost Lore for Beginners video. This is Dewdrop, also known as Sodo or Fire. He plays lead guitar. Again, he is known well for being a dirty bitch on stage. He is the definition of short and aggressive, low-key. He can be identified as the shortest of the male ghouls, and usually plays either of these guitars. However, he is more commonly seen with this one during the Emperor era. He throws picks at the crowd and has been seen to lick his guitar neck, slaking. This is Either. He plays rhythm guitar and Copia wants him like, for real. He gives off such wholesome vibes, even though he likes to piss off Dew. He also recently got this really random banana obsession. Anyway, he can be identified by his fully black guitar and will usually stand close to the front of the stage next to or across from Dewdrop. What a cutie. This is Raynor, formerly known as Water, and plays bass. He is pretty secluded, but we see him breaking down his walls and coming out of his shell more and more. I feel like a proud mother right now. He deserves more footage and love. He can be identified by his black and white bass, not to be confused with Dew's other black and white guitar. You can see Rain pretty much anywhere. He doesn't really have a specific spot on stage. I want to give him the biggest hug in the world. It hurts. This is Swiss, also known as Multi and or Shadow Ghoul. He plays third guitar, which is usually either a black rounded one or an acoustic. He also plays tambourine and is on backup vocals, hence why he stands at the back with the mic. When I tell you I would sell my soul to this man. He's so criminally underrated and I love him with my whole heart. He recently took quite the tumble on stage, but it's okay, because he meant to do that. This is Mountain and formerly known as Earth. If I had to say which ghoul was the most underrated, as much as I love Swiss, I'd say Mountain. There is barely any footage that focuses on him alone, and mostly because he's practically hidden behind the drum kit. Such a talented motherfucker though. He doesn't like shoes. He just doesn't wear them on stage. Understandable. He's also the tallest, so he's actually extremely identifiable in concert. This is Cirrus. She plays keys, tambourine and is on backup vocals. She's so wholesome, I cannot with her. She's known to throw roses made of mummy dust to the audience and blows kisses to the crowd. She stands at the top right of the stage with the other Ghoulettes. Also, the other ghouls like worship her, I guess, while she does her keys solo in mummy dust. And as they fucking should. This is Cumulus. She's also on keys, tambourine and backup vocals. She's also such a cutie, I swear. I mean, look at her little dance. Hello? She's got such a powerful and chilling voice. I honestly wish the Ghoulettes had got to sing backup on records. She has her little signature heart hands thing and I love it. This is Sunshine, also known as Stratus, Infinity and Victory. She's also a keyboardist and tambourinist. However, I believe she's mostly on backup vocals and is on instruments when backup is needed. I don't know too much about Sunny, since I've never seen a ritual with her sadly, so I don't know too much about her. The Ghoulettes have me in a chokehold, so she's 100% not much different. All of the identities of the ghouls have been confirmed, and as much as I'd love to go into detail about them and their personality, I will forever value their wish to stay anonymous, and I'm uncomfortable with educating people on the identities of people who did not want to have their identities revealed to the public. That excludes Swiss and the personal tweet I included, since he is really the only ghoul to publicly acknowledge being in the band. Now I'm going to ramble about random stuff because I feel I just need to. Okay. First off, I was on Instagram the other day, but I was on a different account to my main. I randomly decide to look up Swiss's account, and I notice it's on private. Obviously, I request to follow it on my spam account even though I've been following him on my main for ages. And guess what? That's right. Casually listening to Zombie Queen when I see this notification. After about a day, I've been accepted. I've been noticed. I almost passed out. I love Swiss. Second, why the fuck does no one talk about this clip? This needs to be shared with the public. Dear best friends, Your Honor. That's all I've got. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this somewhat helpful or whatever. Love you, X.